Yo, what's going on, guys? Ghost here, and before we get into this video, I want to deeply thank you guys for over 200 subscribers. Obviously, the last video was a live from hitting 200 subscribers, so this is the first official video of hitting 200 subscribers, and this plan is to answer some of the Q&A videos from the Discord server. I have announced it in the 3 past videos, and these people will forever be indebted on my channel. So shout out to Tommy John, Moose, Austin D, a very dear friend of mine, Gingerman221, and Dominic D Camp, usually a good guy that always ends up in my streams. So we're going to be answering each of these questions, and I'm really going to take my time to answer these questions for you and try to give you the most straight answer. So without further ado, let's go and get into it. So with the first question, we have, what is the hardest video you were made? Okay, a little bit of a grammar thing here, but it's totally fine. So the hardest video I guess I ever made was the, I would have to say it was probably the recruitment video that I made, which was talking about the draft, the 2024 draft, I believe. It was like the first camp of it. I think I'll put it up on screen, the video. That one took me a little bit over from 10 in the afternoon to about 1 a.m. because I had to do so much research for that video, explain so much stuff, and record it. Well, it was kind of like the full first round of that video, and that did really well. So I'm not really mad that I did that. It took me, I had to do a ton of research. I had to write notepads of it, and you'll see that in the video that I had to write notepads out, write the teams, write the orders, because there wasn't a current website. Says it was very early into the season. I did a very early 2024 in an NBA mock draft, and I completely did it, and I want to see how it is this year and see if it's right or anything like that. And shout out Tommy John for the question. So with the next question we have from Moose, a very good guy who is a recurring viewer of my channel, usually in the live streams and a couple of stuff like that. So next we have, what made you get into YouTube? Okay, so this is a very great question. So what made me get into YouTube was a combination of YouTubers such as Markiplier, Max Mofo, anything for views, Joji, or I forgot what his name, Filthy Frank, and all those guys were just great YouTubers and was really funny when I was a kid, especially Smosh. I think Smosh was the first YouTube channel I got into as a kid. Smosh and a couple of other YouTubers really made me think that this was possible for myself, and even coming to a point 4 years later where, since I made my channel and to where I've hit 200 subscribers, it's all been a huge journey. And unfortunately, which was the really scary fact, it's becoming 5 years of my channel, and obviously a couple things have came and gone where I had to deal with whether I wanted to stay, obviously MST Ghost, and I did originally make this channel with the purpose of it being an animation channel, which it wasn't really animations. It was just me and my notepad drawing whatever. That was the first video ever on this channel. So moving on to the next video, we have next question, sorry. What was the biggest risk when becoming a YouTuber? So obviously I'm gonna have to say identity, because I am 16, so a very not young, but a very young guy, obviously. I'm still in high school, so doing YouTube and being in high school are obviously two different things. I'm trying to finish up. I'm going to be graduating early probably. I already have some college looks, and I'm going to be doing a bunch of that other stuff. And being a YouTuber is coming in between that, so sometimes the risk is probably revealing my identity. So one of the biggest problems with that, I did originally show my face and everything. If you were here long enough, you know what I looked like, which I'm not worried about people knowing what I look like. I'm worried about, exposing, where I go to school or anything else, and then people saying I'm gonna do something very terrible to that school, which is not really cool at all. So please don't do that. But I'm fine with people knowing who I am, but I'm just not really committed to the whole act of being a YouTuber, because I'm still having a huge in-person presence. So that's why that's probably the biggest risk, honestly. Thank thank you, Austin, for the question. And obviously, you sent another one, which I said you could send as many as you wanted. Next, we have, what was the biggest trial and tribulation while you were doing YouTube? So the biggest trial and tribulation was more likely balancing out views. And obviously, one of the biggest ones was getting a strike on a video because I made a stupid error of supporting piracy in my first college football revamp video. I'll take 100% of the fault for that. Obviously, I thought that it was a good idea at the time, and then I shortly realized after that I was supporting the online, not selling, but like using of taking away things from creators such as myself who make games and do different stuff, taking away their ability to make profit on their own games, and obviously took away and did a lot of bad things involving that. It was not a great idea. Obviously, probably one of the worst mistakes I made. I got a warning strike for that video because I didn't take it down when they asked me to, and I got a warning strike. So next time I ever get a warning strike, which I made a video on the best settings, and I made sure to tell them that I do not support piracy and that you should have your own version of the game. That moving forward, you should always have a copy of your own game. I will not do piracy here on YouTube or anywhere in general, so please do not do that. So next we have, what is your favorite college team? Okay, my favorite college team is the University of Tennessee. I have had a ton of history with the University of Tennessee, obviously being one of my favorite colleges. It really started when I was a kid, and with the addition of the Pastronaut, Joshua Dobbs, and Juwan Jennings, and a lot of these good teams when we beat Georgia. One of my peak moments in my life was beating Georgia, and the Hail Mary catch from Juwan Jennings was probably one of my first big movements into college football itself. And obviously, if we're talking about basketball, I would say my favorite basketball team is UNC. They're really good right now, and I can balance out football and everything else. Like, I'll always be a Tennessee basketball fan. We're not really, we're good, but it's just we're not really that good. So compared to UNC and all these other big basketball programs. So next we have, how do you make your videos? Okay, so I make my videos in a very easy way. I feel like it's not really that difficult. I made tons of videos about all the stuff I use and how it's free and all the things. So I record my videos from an OBS and I stream from an OBS. I'll record my video, make sure everything I like is to the liking, and once I have it, I will move it into Clipchamp, and I will completely edit everything in that vicinity. I'll edit it to my liking in Clipchamp. Clipchamp's one of the best editors. I'm going to buy the subscription soon so we can get up to 4K quality, which would be a huge hit to my quality on the videos, and it's going to be a great idea. And I will record it and edit it fully, and then I will close out the application, move back into the application so that I can run my captions. Then I export my videos. I make my thumbnails using Photopea, and once I have everything up, I just release it. Well, I don't instantly release it. I usually private it until the SD and the HD version upload, get completely up there, and then I instantly I instantly unprivate it and let it be released. And then usually a couple months, not months, so like a few days later, I'll have maybe like 10 views, which is awesome. I love being able to do concurrent videos. Also, one thing I just totally slipped my mind, I also do vidIQ with the tags in the videos. You can tag what streams, you can tag anything, it gets engagement. It's a total investment. You don't have to buy it, it's totally free. You could use vidIQ and it helps you get tags and everything else. And my next question from myself, it was kind of just a stream and I was showing them how to do it, but I'll answer this question anyways. Why are you so weird? Okay, fuck you myself. But anyways, I'm sorry, but look, why am I so weird? I don't know why I'm weird. I guess it's just how I grew up. I grew up being weird. I'm always weird, and I'll always be weird. I always look weird. I always smell weird, and I'll just do everything that's weird. So yeah, that's fun. Thank you, myself, for the question. So next, we're moving on to Dominic DeCamp. Shout out Dominic, and he said, "How good are you at Fortnite?" So, I am not really good at PC Fortnite, but regular Fortnite, I mean, I'm pretty decent. I mean, the only reason I'm really playing this season is because the Peter Griffin skin and everything else. Um, they removed a couple things that I thought was kind of bad. I mean, the sniper's overpowered this season. I like the Peter Griffin so much. It's all a great thing. I want to thank everyone for the questions, everyone who participated, everyone who checked out and subscribed to the YouTube channel. Obviously, I want to say that this has been a long journey, but there's still more to come. I'm not finished. I want to hit 300 subscribers next year, which I do believe is possible. And with the trust in you guys and with the absolute love and support from every one of you who support this video and support all my videos, then we can make it and we can do it together. So without further ado, I'm going to thank you guys for watching this video. And without further ado, I will catch you all in the next one.